Hey, what's up? Welcome in episode number 10. This one will be full of different first time kinda type adventures. I started the day off by visiting the new Asagarth, just like I tried last time when the purge has been triggered. This time I was a little bit more efficient, however, with getting into the camp. By efficient, I mean just getting straight into the action, and as usual I have sent Nock to deal with enemies for me while I take a sip of coffee IRL. This is the reason I like coming here, as every single occasion I get to take a look into loot chests, I obviously do it and look them for anything remotely close to being useful. This here, on the other hand, is the moment when I have messed up. Very badly. What happened is, I have sent Nock a little bit too far into the camp and we've got swarmed. Also, I have miscalculated the jump over the stone, got stuck, and yeah, first death on our journey. That is interesting. Do you remember this? Also, notice how I placed it underneath the stairs. This is going to prevent creeping through low-level ceiling when respawning. You know, just in case. Yeah, well, it didn't go as planned. So I tried to get myself out of here and spent another 10 or so minutes avoiding the enemies on my way back to the new Asagarth. Once I got my sorry ass into this camp, I couldn't believe that Nock was somehow still alive, so I got him to follow me and kind of wiggled my way around multiple enemies to pick up my stuff and get away from here. I will be definitely coming back here, but I need a stronger armor and potentially harder hitting followers so we could clear this area in faster pace. Then I kind of came back to my comfort zone and I had a look into a Desertwatch tower, which as far as I remember should be housing 3 different loot chests. I just wanted to see if there is anything interesting for me in there. So we finished off the fight with Exiles and I grabbed whatever I could find in that one chest near the campfire and 2 inside the tower. I found yet another part of the golem, which this time was bearing a name of Iron Guardian Mole Arm. Next task was to go back to the HQ, build a few chests to drop off all the stuff that slows me down, and embark on the journey back to our first settlement's location, just to have a look at the progress of our thrall taming, let's call it that way. Syria the Mad was still a long way from being cooperative. Tier 3 Sorcerer was nearly there, but as it turns out we had a Tier 2 Cook ready for work, so I let her out of the Wheel of Pain, straight next to the campfire so she could let us speed up the cooking process. I have also got the Darfari Performer converted to our side, and she will help me get rid of the corruption, which is something that I definitely need, as about 20% of my health bar is permanently locked out of being used for as long as it is corrupted. Fast forward a little and here we go, we are finally back in shape. On the side of more bad news for today, the 3 hyenas did not tame into even a single greater one, so that is kinda sad. We have also got a carpenter ready to work for us, so I have shown him around his new workbench. There is just a simple recipe that I have gained by placing him here, but I don't think I will be using it much. I need higher tier thralls for more advanced recipes. Do you remember the shellback hatchlings we got not long ago? Well, I'll be trying my luck to get a greater shellback this time, so wish me luck. Right, I think I have been too busy in the last episode, so here comes the new armor for today, and the choice of apparel for this occasion was the Khitan mercenary set. Well, I have to say, not too shabby. It nicely fits into the Conan's Armor theme, so it doesn't stand out as a sore thumb just like this armor. Anyways, since we've gotten access to thick armor plating, I have crafted a few of these and modified this set as I was being curious to what degree it's going to improve its armor rating. Well, not too bad. I have gained about 60 armor points, which is equivalent to equipping a few other light armor pieces on top of what we already had. Alright, now that I have prepared myself and I knew I can take on some of the world bosses, I have came back to the giant Croc just to defeat it once again and see what the chest hides inside this time. I am on my personal quest to collect as many legendary pieces of equipment as humanly possible. While Nock was fighting, I have spotted a little lizard-like creature trying to climb up the hill, and I figured out why not go and grab it, to tame it and see if we can get a greater Croc. And then I came back to see how Nock is doing against the giant Croc, and I have to admit that it's way better than last time. Well, now that this was out the way, I have moved on to obtaining the skeleton key, as this is obviously what we need to unlock the chest. And you will never believe this, I have got a loft up club, like, seriously? What I am supposed to do with the weapon that refuses to kill? I might equip one of my Thralls with it just for giggles to see what is going to happen. Jokes aside, it should be a good piece of kit to give to our Thralls, as they can effectively chain the combo and knock out other exiles in preparation to be turned into our followers. Now that I knew I could take on the Chungus Croc, I came back to the cave which we visited in episode 4. At the end of the cave there is a lot of brimstone as well as big crocodile, just like the one that we have seen a second ago. So I parked my ride in a safe spot and had a deep dive into the treacherous cave. And there we go, this is the beast I have been just talking about. You know the drill, I watch, Nock fights, go get them. I have noticed that this crocodile has only one skull above its health bar. I think this one does not count as a world boss, so it shouldn't be nearly as tough to fight, and you can see that Nock was dealing a significant amount of damage to it. When we defeated the crocodile, we have cleared out this area of remaining lizards, and I was really curious to see if after so many years the gate finally opens. So this is the gate I am talking about, and there is no indication of it letting us interact with it, so I take it that it does not lead anywhere. I might be wrong, but once again, a question to you guys. Does this gate open at all? You can see here that I took a pause to Google it out, but I had results ranging from 6 to 2 years ago, so there might be something I have missed. Right, if you recognize this area, you will know what comes next. I am on the mission for legendary gear, and that should be too much of a hint at this point. Yeah, this is our next foe. I don't like the look of this creature. It looks more intimidating than both of the giant crocs together. So we cleared out the area of little spiders and got to work. Obviously, it wanted to go for Shelby, but with its autonomous driving, it just ran away from the threat. In the meantime, Nock was doing what it's best at, smashing enemies on the spot. This fight was way harder than I have anticipated, as I've noticed that Nock is going very low on health, meaning there is a big chance for me to lose a level 20 gorilla, which would be a bad thing to say the least. I wouldn't fancy leveling up one of them back to where Nock is, plus the reason that Gorilla Glue was replaced in the first place is that Nock has more strength and deals more damage as opposed to Gorilla Glue's tanky stats. It was very close for us to part our ways in this mortal world. I should consider myself lucky. I got to open the chest and there was a very strong weapon inside. I will probably mispronounce it, but the weapon I found was Baal Tayer's razor. Right after, I have visited the camp that I went past a few times and found this poor soul's note.
My father told me that there is something to be learned from all the peoples of the world. I do not yet know what these Darfari will teach me. I was captured as I moved north from the river. They clubbed me senseless and dragged me back to their camp, thrusting me into a woven cage full of prisoners. They've been dragging us out, one by one, to their sacrifice pits. The screams of the victims fill the air, and the scent. My mouth waters, and I hate myself. I've seen the bloody sacrifices that Set requires, and the corpulent orgies of Derketo. But these brutes with filed teeth and blood running down their chins. I don't like this darkness. It makes my skin crawl. Some of the other prisoners here are from further north. One of them claims to be a Stygian bounty hunter, who came here chasing treasure. He says there is a whole city of them in the north. And in the cage beside us is a woman who is dressed like a pirate. Does that mean we are somewhere near the ocean? I need answers. I've been so busy running, surviving. There's a loose branch on the weaving of this cage. My Stygian friend and I are working it slowly free, and then we will vanish into the night. I realize now that I have been foolish to avoid others. If I am to escape these exiled lands, I need to find people who know what the stakes are. I need other people. Lesson learned.
Yet another victim of this world's cruelty. Nothing we can do now. So I have moved out of here and set the target of our next adventure to be the giant scorpion, which we ran past a few times just like in episode 4. This time we are here to get rid of the king scorpion, black scorpion, giant scorpion. One creature, so many names, but you get the idea. Funny, as it almost got rid of me. That was a close call. Regardless of how hard it stings, I kept coming back until we defeated it and got the sought after skeleton key to open yet another chest. Jedi's Great Saber was the item we've got this time. It has a funny story related to Star Wars and 2 bandits called Dis and Ni. This weapon is a light source, and the Baal Tayer's razor is apparently weightless and gives additional encumbrance, which is good for farming. Anyways, this is it for today's legendary hunt. Thank you so much for your time. Leave a like or dislike accordingly. Drop down a comment or what would you like to see next. Maybe subscribe if you haven't, and if so, I shall see you in the next one. Deynon out.